Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 to 17. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourselves a carved image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow to them or serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children to the third and the fourth generation to those who hate me, but showing steadfast love to thousands of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, you or your son or your daughter, your male servant or your female servant, or your livestock, or the sojourner who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and the earth, the sea and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male servant, or his female servant, or his ox, or his donkey, or anything that is your neighbor's. This is the word of God. Praise be to God. The Ten Commandments. Isn't this just the most amazing timing by God? That while we had just started our sermon series on the Ten Commandments, we are reading through the book of Exodus together as one church. And this week, today, we have come to Exodus 20, verses 1 to 17, where we find the Ten Commandments. In the larger context of our passage, this week we have seen that just a few sentences, just a few moments, hours before the giving of the Ten Commandments, the whole nation of Israel, they were trembling before God, waiting for God and Moses to speak with one another. The whole nation of Israel, having been saved out of the slavery in Egypt, all together, they were standing at the edge of the Mount of Sinai and were waiting to hear from God for the first time. And the Ten Commandments that God gives them, the first four are commandments to keep in the context of God's relationship with his people, the people's relationship with God. And the remaining 6 are commandments to keep in the context of Israelites to other Israelites, people to people. And in this clear distinction in the Ten Commandments, we can see quite clearly God's purpose behind them. A right relationship with God will result in a right relationship with others. In other words, a loving relationship with God will result in a loving relationship with others, or a reconciled relationship with God will result in a reconciled relationship with others. Brothers and sisters, let's prepare our hearts together today that God would teach us the true meaning and purpose behind the Ten Commandments. And not only that we would learn and know them, but that we would learn and apply it into our daily lives. Amen.